G'day Draw Team and welcome to session 3, all about how to draw monsters. I love monsters. If you've seen Monsters Inc., that was one of the most sensational movies and I've just loved monsters ever since. There's this movie called Gremlins, that Gremlins are kind of like monsters. Ghostbusters, I love the movie Ghostbusters, and ghosts are kind of like monsters. So today's a very, very exciting session because I'm going to show you how to draw some of the cutest, kindest monsters of all time. And they've all got unique stories and I can't wait to share that with you today. But first, we've got to warm up. And like every session with the Draw Team, we've got to warm up our hands, we've got to warm up. And what do we do to warm up? Do we jump on the spot? No, we don't jump on the spot. Do we jog on the spot? No, we don't jog on the spot. What we do to warm up for our draw sessions is we draw our mascot, Can-Do Kangaroo. I'm going to show you him a bit more closer. Now, Can-Do Kangaroo is a fantastic kangaroo. He's part of the Draw Team family. And all he likes to draw, or all he can draw in the minute, is stick figures. He loves drawing stick figures, and that's the only thing he can draw, but he loves it. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw him to warm up. So what we're going to need some important things before we start. We're going to need some paper. Have you got some paper? You might have a sketch pad, you might have some A4, whatever you got to draw on. That's awesome. You're going to need 2 draw swords. You're going to need a grey lead draw sword. And you're going to need something darker to do our fancy lines. So to do our fancy lines, you can use a black pencil, a black texter. But when it comes to Sharpies, always ask your mum and dad before using a Sharpies because it can bleed out onto the table. I know my brother's done this once. He's drawn on the table. He's drawn on some paper. It's gone through the paper onto the table and nobody wants that. So let's get cracking. Let's get our new sheet of paper. Here's what, oh, sorry Can-Do Kangaroo. I'll just put you over there. Thank you, mate. So let's get started. So my grey lead is actually a red texter, so you can see it on screen. What we're going to do, we're going to start off by drawing a wedge shape. Oh, I love wedges. And if you've been part of the Draw Team before, you know that I love wedges. Then, from there, what are we going to do? We're going to draw a triangle shape. Oh, I love triangles because they always try. And then from there, we're going to draw some more wedges because I can't get enough wedges. Got some wedges from ears. How are we going, guys? So we've got 2 wedges up here, big wedge there, and a triangle because he's trying. Down the bottom, we're going to draw some more, what are they called? Yes, wedges for legs. Then his feet. I hear you ask, what shape do we need to draw? Coach Nick, we need to draw some wedges. Then from here, we're going to follow this line up and we're going to draw a tail shape like that. Oh, it's coming together. I always forget the nose shape. So before I forget again, let's draw the nose wedge in like that. Fantastic. Kangaroos go like this. So we're going to draw one circle there, one circle there. And while we're here, why don't we connect them to the body? So we're just going to do some lines to connect them in. He needs some eye shapes, so we're going to draw at the bottom of this intersection here, draw a circle there and a circle there. So there we have our train tracks, as I call it, to keep our picture on track. We're going to take draw sword number 2, which is your darker draw sword, and we're going to put in our fancy lines. So let's hit it. Let's start with a smile. It's always good to start with a smile. Draw his nose in. Draw his eye in. Like so. Give him an eyebrow. I'll bring the curvy line around like that. Come around to his hands. It's almost like he's riding a motorbike. I'm gonna put his toes in like that. Draw his tail. Come back and do the ears. So there we have Can-Do Kangaroo. But here's the thing, guys. When I look at this one, he looks so different, doesn't he? But that's totally cool because it's our warm-up picture. It doesn't have to look the same. It's just getting us into the mood, getting us into the swing of drawing some amazing pictures. So hopefully you're finished your Can-Do Kangaroo. If not, you can press pause and finish and come back and we're going to draw some epic monsters. All right, we're going to need a new sheet of paper, guys. So we need to grab our grey lead, or in my case, a red texture. And actually, what we're going to do, we're going to turn our piece of paper around this way. So I'm going to have to move it a bit so we fit it all in. Now, put your hand up, and obviously I can't see you because it's recorded, but put your hand up if you've heard of the Loch Ness Monster. Ooh, a mysterious beast that lives in the lake called Loch Ness. But have you heard about his brother, the Kindness Monster? Now, the Kindness Monster is so kind. He's so thoughtful, right? He's one of the best monsters you could possibly come across, the Kindness Monster. So let's meet the Kindness Monster by drawing him together. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw a oval shape like that, followed by a circle shape about there. Oh, it's kind of ovally. And just another one like that. So we've got that happening there. From there, we're going to draw a line almost like a box shape, like that. So imagine, if you will, this is the head popping out of the lake. So this is a very good trick in cartooning. It's starting to create an illusion that something's there. So what we're going to do now, again, it's going to be a wedge. We're going to draw another wedge shape there. Then we're going to draw another wedge shape there. And then another wedge. And then that shape there. It kind of looks like a triangle that's got a chunk taken out of it. Then what we're going to do, we're going to come back and we're going to draw another wedge inside each one. So now we have this illusion that it's popping out of the water. So we're going to come back and we're going to do our fancy lines. Sorry guys, I've just lost where I am on my iPad. That helps me understand what we're doing. Oh, happy days. All right, so we've got our texture, or our draw sword number 2, and we're going to do our fancy lines back in. Let's draw some nostrils. We're going to give a bit of a point, come back and do a smile. Draw an eye in. Draw the other eye in. So you start to see the head coming to life. Fantastic. Let's draw some teeth in. Got some teeth happening. Fantastic. We're going to draw the chin shape coming back in like that. And then let's do this curve type look to look like he's coming out of the water. How's that looking? All right, from there, let's draw a line across the nose to the eye back there. And that's going to give the impression of a belly. Let's give him a bit more of a head like that. Oh, how good. So let's go to this wedge shape. So we're going to draw that shape all the way around. But with this shape right here, what we're going to do, we're going to follow it up and keep going. And then come back like that. Because that gives the illusion that its belly's wrapping around. And what we're going to do is draw that line. So that looks like it's that line following around, that's his belly. So let's do the same thing. Oh, sorry, let's do the water lines around there, like that. We'll do the water lines around this one. We'll do the same thing again. Same thing to this one. It's just getting smaller. And the thing about things getting smaller, it gives the illusion that it's further away. So it looks like it's a very long monster. So we're gonna finish the tail off. Now with this monster, let's give him some spots, just to give it some effect. We're gonna put some dots there, dots there, dots there, dots there, dots there. All right, so I forgot the water lines up here. Let's put the water lines back in. And because he's in the lake, let's finish the lake off. I've probably done that a bit too soon. There's the lake line. But because he's the kindness monster, he's heard that it's somebody's birthday. So what he's done, let's draw this thing in here. I wonder if you guys can guess what it is. If it's somebody's birthday, the kindness monster has brought them a cake. That's fantastic. Well done, kindness monster. Thank you for thinking of others and bringing them a birthday cake on their birthday. Such a thoughtful monster. So, have a better look, guys. And remember, we're going to email you out how to draw the kindness monster draw sheet. So you, if you couldn't keep up, that's fine. But that's what's good about this video. You can rewind it and draw and rewind it and draw and rewind it and draw. So that's the kindness monster. What's our next monster, I hear you ask? Well, this one's a little bit sad in a way. Have you ever heard of the monster Frankenstein? That's what we're going to draw now. We're going to draw Frankenstein, right? He's made from different pieces of different parts of different things and whatever. But the thing about Frankenstein, he's very lonely. He's got no friends because people think he's a bit weird because he's made of so many different things. So I'm going to rename this monster. Instead of Frankenstein, I'm going to call it Friend in Mine. Because as part of the draw team, everyone can be a member of the draw team, even Frankenstein. So Frankenstein doesn't have to be alone anymore. He can be part of the draw team and he can be a friend of mine. How awesome. So let's get our draw sword. We are going to draw some, normally I like drawing wedges, but this time around we're going to draw some squares. Draw a nice big square. Then we're going to follow it up with a smaller square, like that. How's that? Now from there, we can't go too long without drawing wedges, so we're going to draw some wedges for his feet. How are we going? Then from there, we're going to draw a line down, that's his leg, and then from this part of his foot, we're going to just do an arch shape like that. So that's his legs. From there, let's again draw some more wedges. Draw some wedges there. That's going to be his hands. Now, Frankenstein's a bit like this, so we're going to have to draw some rectangle shapes like that. How are we going? Now you're starting to see what's happening here. We're going to draw just a thin neck for him. So we're starting to see Frankenstein come to life. He's coming to life. So, what are we going to do now? Well, again, let's draw some wedges. Let's draw about halfway. Let's draw some wedge shapes like that. How are we going? Awesome. From there, let's draw some ears. Like so. Can you all see that? Awesome. So, about halfway, we want to draw a line there, we want to draw a line there, and just go like this. You see that? Cool. Then, we're just going to give him some teeth, just to give it that monster vibe. Then, let's give him a nose. So that's just a backwards C. Drawing a backwards C like that. Now Frankenstein's got big chunky eyebrows, so Let's give him some big chunky eyebrows like that. How are we going? We all good? Awesome. Now, we are going to go a line up there, come back around, and come back down, like that. Then from there, we're just going to do some strands like this. Give him the hairline. Now, I haven't given him much of a forehead. So when you're drawing this, maybe give him some more forehead, because what we want to do is just draw a line through there and give him some stitches. Because Frankenstein was made up of different parts. He was stitched up together. Yep, cool. We're going to give him a chin. Let's flare out his cheeks a bit like that. We'll give him a cheek line. Now, the thing about Frankenstein, he had bolts in his neck. So we're going to just draw some bolts in his neck like so. He also was very good looking monster. He wore a suit. So we're just going to draw a triangle shape through there. And this type of shape to make it look like a suit. Now, Frankenstein, he thudded his feet, so we're going to put some chunky bases on his shoes. So it's like, I'm Frankenstein. All right, so let's give him some eyeballs. That's always good. So there we have our grey lead lines, our draw sword number 1 lines. We're going to come back and do our fancy lines. So grab draw sword number 2. And let's start putting the fancy lines in. He is going to be a friend of mine. Doo-dah, doo-dah. All right, let's colour in his eyebrows black. Can you see that? Awesome. Going to colour that in like so. Come back to his neck. We might give him an Adam's apple there. Just with his hands, we just need to put a line in there, like he's got his hands against his waist. Give him some cuffs for his jacket. And there we have it. It's not Frankenstein. It's a friend of mine. How good. Now, guys, you can have some fun with your Frankenstein. Like we've given him some stitches up there, but you might want to give him some stitches down there. Maybe one above his eye. There we go. Awesome. Thank you, friend of mine. All right, our last monster. You'll need a new sheet of paper. Here we go. This is called the Welcome Monster, and I'm going to explain why he's called the Welcome Monster in a minute. But you're going to need a new draw sword, your grey lead draw sword. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw, this is a really fun monster, an oval shape, or an egg shape actually. Let's draw an egg shape like that. And then down the bottom, you guessed it, we're going to draw some wedges, like so. And because he's a welcome monster, he's going to be waving at us. So we're going to draw a circle up there, and then a circle down here, just because he's going to go, hey, like that. So everyone knows, if you've watched these videos or you've done these sessions before, that I do hands called barbecue hands. They're a burger patty and 3 sausages and another sausage for the thumb. So this time around, we're going to do them a lot chunkier because he's a monster. So chunky sausage chunky sausage, chunky sausage, chunky sausage, chunky sausage, chunky sausage, chunky sausage. So we've got those bits. What's next? Let me look at my notes. The smile. So what we want to do for his mouth, we're going to do a nice big mouth. We're going to follow the curve of the egg shape. And then come back and hook it up like that. Then from there, we're going to draw some monster teeth. Oh, you can start to see it looking like a monster. Now from here, we're going to draw, again, some wedges. For ears, nice big wedges. How are we going with that? Then we're going to put the curved line in, a bit like it's creating a nose type shape, kind of like the Ninja Turtles. Well, let's draw some eyes in. Some eye brows. Let's do some connecting lines. Let's connect his legs to his body. Fan out the cheeks a bit. Oh, connect his arms. Oh, let's give him some hair. All right. Once that's done, guys, we have got the basis for our welcome monster. And why is called the welcome monster? Firstly, he welcomes everyone. Hey, welcome to my bridge. Come see my bridge. He's very welcoming. But the reason why I call him the welcome monster, because you are welcome to do whatever you want to your welcome monster. You can create a heap of welcome monsters. If you wanted to give him 3 eyes, you could do that. If you wanted to give him 1 eye, 1 big eye, you could do that. If you wanted to give him a big tail with claws out the back, you could do that. If you wanted to put some chicken feet on him, you're welcome to do that. If you thought it was funny to give him a fish's tail, you can do that. You are welcome to come up with the most craziest ideas of all time. You might give him some horns, like that. You are welcome to go absolutely cocoa bananas with your welcome monsters and come up with your own creations, and I can't wait to see them. So I'm going to take some things from here, and I'm going to get my new draw sword, and I'm just going to give my guy 2 eyes. But you're welcome to do whatever you like. Give him some eyebrows. I do like the idea of the horns, so I might keep the horns. Whoever's idea was that was a great idea. Come back with the teeth. I might give him some claws. Why not? I do like the idea of chicken feet. Let's keep the chicken feet. But if you wanted to give him dog paws, you could do that. Just come up with some stuff. Just have some fun with it. You're more than welcome to have fun. And that's why he's called the welcome monster. I like this tail. I don't mind the idea of the fish's tail, but I think for this monster, I like the idea of the bit more of a standard tail. I'm going to give him some spots. I haven't finished that here. And there we have our friend and me welcome monster. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the Drawteam. So remember, guys, we'll have this emailed out to you. There he is. So you can start creating your own monsters, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Maybe you could get mum to take a picture on her phone and message us your pictures, because I love to see the monsters that you come up with. Until next week's, guys, I'm going to keep the theme a secret until next week because it's going to be epic and I can't wait to draw with you guys again. So until next week, guys, keep drawing, keep practicing, and above all, please, pretties, just have fun. Have fun drawing, and no matter what you put on paper, you're an absolute legend, and whatever you put on paper is going to be legendary.